Today we're going to be making a figure, which is another word for human form, out of our colored construction paper. We're going to be using our primary colors, which are yellow, red, and blue, to make this figure. I like to call these robots sometimes. They do remind me of Kachina dolls that the Native Americans used to make, as well as a few other things. And I'll show some examples of those in my slideshow. So right now, let's take a look at how we're going to put this together. So you're going to start with a white piece of paper, and that's what we're going to attach everything to. You're going to need your scissors, a pencil, and some kind of glue. It could be a glue stick or a bottle of glue. So I want my figure to fit on this paper. So here's my colored construction paper. I'm going to start right in the middle with a body. And I'm going to make my body, you can choose any of the colors you want, but my body should be the biggest part, but it shouldn't be super huge. So I'm going to start with a big yellow rectangle. So that's my first shape, a rectangle. And that's going to go right there. Then I still have room for my head, my legs, and my arms. Remember when you glue, just a dot does a lot. So I'm just going to put a dot on each corner. All it has to do is hold my paper in place so it doesn't move around. Alright, next I want to switch colors. I'm going to do a face or a head of some sorts, and for this I'm going to use blue, but now I need to make sure it's not too big and it matches with this. I think I'm going to make, it has to be that wide as my body. I'm going to make a triangle head. So you probably couldn't see that, but I drew it on there with pencil. And it's only there for me to see, so I know where to cut. Alright, there's my head. Now I could put it on like that, or I could put it on like that. I'm going to go like this. Dot in each corner. And then I stick it on. Alright, now I'm ready for arms and legs. Let's see. For my legs, I'm going to use red. And I'm going to cut out, I'll just cut a long strip of paper. To get started. Now I could go with a rectangle, but I think I'm going to make oval legs. So let's see, it has to go right there. So I'm going to draw an oval, and then I'm going to cut it out. I want to show you something. I want to make two of those. So I'm going to fold this over onto this part. Now this might be a little too tricky for you, but I'm sure some of you can do this. And I'm going to cut both of my legs out at the same time. Now my legs are the same. Two dots for that one. Actually, I'm going to move it down so it looks like it's floating away from the body. Dot, dot. Now I'm ready for arms. I think I'll make my arms red as well. I'm going to make some long triangles for arms. Now watch what I did. I cut out a long rectangle. I'm going to cut from here to here. Then they'll be the same. Look at that, they're the same. But I'm going to flip this one this way. So I'm going to make my arms like that. And these, I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3 on that one. And let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oop, get on there. All right, I'm off to a great start, but I am not finished. Now I need to start adding details. So one thing I want to make sure of is if I'm going to put a detail on this, I don't want to use blue again because I won't be able to see it. I don't want to put red on the red or yellow on the yellow. So first thing I want to do is make some kind of face on here. So I think I'm going to start with a big yellow circle. So first thing I want to do is cut out a square. That's not a circle. No, it's not. Now I can draw my circle on the square. A circle should fit perfectly inside of a square. Like that. Now I can just trim it off. And I'll put my glue on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to put a smaller circle inside of that. This one I only need 1 dot of glue. Oops. Actually, I like it kind of like that. Like it's looking down at something. All right. Now I need some kind of hands. So I'm sticking with my shapes idea. I think I'm going to make some long, actually I want to make the arms longer like this. So I'm going to connect these long triangles at the point. Wipe my glue off there. There's 1. Doop, doop, doop. 2. And then I'll put some red circle hands on the ends of the arms. There. Now for some feet. I'll keep my feet kind of simple and attach some. I'll put a little rectangle there. And I'll put another one over there. There's some feet. Now I can put maybe some designs on here. Now, let's see. I do have some pieces I cut out. What about that? That might look cool on his body. Let's put a dot on each of the big pieces and stick it right. Actually, I'm going to go in a diagonal like that. And then I'll put a little blue shape inside of the red. And I'm getting pretty close. Oh, I want to add something at the top here. Maybe, I think I'll go with red again at the top. So I'm going to cut a strip of paper. Make sure it's not too long. And I'm going to actually cut a trapezoid. Or a rhomb? No, yeah, no, that's a diamond. It's a rhombus. Zoom. And I could just keep on adding things if I wanted to, or I could maybe stop here. starting to look like it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll add little fingers to those hands. They look kind of sad. Just a bunch of rectangles. So this is my shape figure. Like I said, I like to call it my shape robot sometimes because these remind me of robots. But there's also a doll called a Kachina doll that the Native Americans would make that this also reminds me of. So there's lots of references for things like this. A reference means something that somebody else made that gives you an idea for something you'd like to make. So sometimes they'll say an artist is referencing something. That means they're looking at somebody else's idea and using it in a brand new way for their own artwork. All right, so that's it for today. This is a one-day assignment. You should finish it today and then click on Add Response and turn it in. I will see you next time.